Hey, and good morning. It's a nice Monday here in Houston, Texas, at least for the moment. Wait 5 minutes, the weather will change. But hey, we're back. Sorry for the delay in getting back on this topic, but wanted to continue on. We started building a plan, and actually, this conversation started with people asking me what kind of new programs did I know about that they could add to their business, specifically their gymnastics or cheer business, so that they could grow and be more profitable. And my question back to them was simple: how do you know new programming is what you need so that you can build your business? And we started on a path. We asked two simple questions. Those questions being, what's working well, and then what's not. And it was either 100% working or it was zero. And then we went and identified why. Anything that wasn't working well in the not working well column, we went and identified why is that not working well. Is it was it poor marketing? Was it facility? Was it equipment? Was it staff? Was it staff training? Was it scheduling? We asked several questions in there as we started to build a plan to take on that and fix those problems with what's not working well. Either that or just get rid of that program. Maybe sometimes, sometimes fortunately or unfortunately, a program is just not going to work, and you gotta move on, get rid of it. No amount of staff training or changing of the staff or the facility or anything else is going to really fix that. Sometimes your audience just doesn't want that particular offering, and you got to move on. So we identified those things, and we've kind of moved towards into the building of the plan. And then I gave specific categories, and I just went down them. Was it the marketing? Was it the staff? Was it staff scheduling? Was it the equipment, the space? Was it the different things in your business model that just wasn't working? So we've talked about the scheduling. We talked about that on Periscope. I did a really nice Periscope. Go check that out. It's up on Facebook and other places. I can revisit it if you want. Just direct message me. We talked about the scheduling. We've talked about some equipment and different needs there. And now I'm really focused on the staff training. Okay. Let's face it, guys. In every industry, there's not one industry that I know of, except if you're in an industry like I like to dabble in every once in a while, in the recruiting industry, that you like hiring people. Okay, it's usually very tough to identify and then actually make a hire of the right person and then move them through a process to get them trained for your business. And most of the time in the gymnastics business, we're struggling to find staff. It's very hard, especially recreational staff. Most of the time, we don't have enough hours to offer someone, so it's not like that could be their full-time job. We've got to be real intentional about who we're hiring, how we're hiring them, and then it becomes a game of what I call the two-edged sword. It's a game that's a necessary evil to train them, and then you're hoping and hoping and hoping that it's going to work out. They're going to stick around so that they can grow, they can develop as a coach, they can start thriving, they can actually get more hours. You can actually move them into positions in your business where they can maybe make that their full-time position or full-time job. But at the same time, you're always betting and hedging the bet. Are they going to stay? Is one of your competitors going to pick them up and make them a better offer after you get them trained? Is the investment really going to pay off? And it's a two-edged sword. You've got to do it, but you hate to do it because it's a gamble, and it's a big gamble. It's not a little one. If anyone's hired people, you understand hiring people is not a cheap thing. It's very expensive especially at certain levels. You're trying to hire a head coach, could be real expensive to get that coach because you're talking about moving, you're talking about a whole lot of expenses that most gymnastics people don't think about. And I can tell you, most coaches don't think about it because they're just like, hey, hire him. Let's do it. It's kind of like the coach that went and opened his own gym and said, what, you have to pay for all this? And it's like, yeah, this is all the expenses that go into the gym. And they're like, so staff training, two-edged sword. Here's the thing about staff training. We're going to keep it real short today. Everyone knows, every gymnastics owner knows, I'm going to say not everybody, but I'm going to go ahead and categorize everyone. I hate to always say everyone, but most gymnastics club owners know how to train somebody to teach the gymnastics classes that they offer, how to bring them in. They've got enthusiasm and they're good with working with kids. Then you can teach them the basics of gymnastics, forward rolls, back rolls, how to teach handstands, how to set up stations. You can teach them all these things. Where I see the industry as a whole falling short is we don't teach them the processes of the gym. Okay. And we stop at teaching them the technical pieces that they need to teach a class, but we don't teach them the processes that run the gym. Well, why would that be important? Well, if anybody's figured out, and there's many people that haven't, trust me, because they keep messaging me all the time, the gymnastics coaches, your rec staff, your developmental team staff, your team coaching staff, your receptionist, okay, you are the salespeople of your gym. You're a salesman. I mean, I hate to use the word because everyone hates salesmen, but you know what? I love salesmen because you got to be a good salesman and you got to be able to teach these new prospects how to be a salesman. It makes the two-edged sword a little sharper though, because if you take the time to teach someone how to sell a program, how to sell what you're doing, you teach them your processes, it's not hard for them to move to another gym and change those processes a little bit because most of the gyms operate very similarly. Okay, so makes that two-edged sword sharper, but trust me, having that coach trained on not just how to teach gymnastics classes, but also how to bring someone on board. What does it cost? Where are we in the session or the semester? Do you do a monthly? Is there a registration fee? Do you do a yearly registration fee? Do you do an equipment fee annually? No, them knowing this entire process and being able to walk a new trial prospect, okay, right, walk that parent that just came in for that trial, walk them right through the process and get them signed up is so important for you, especially to start making back the money that it's going to cost you to hire them, train them, and then continue to develop them, because they're not going to be able to take classes right off the bat. You know, you're going to have to put them with people and let them kind of gradually get in there. So you're going to be paying double for a period of time because they're not going to be ready to handle a group on their own when you first bring them in, unless you get someone's experience, which it happens, but not very often. Right now, we're in a real deficit of especially recreational coaches and compulsory coaches, real deficit of finding those folks. So getting those people in, teaching them the processes of the gym. Do you do that? Is that part of the reason why you're not making as much money? If you go and look at your trials and you're not closing 9 out of 10 of them, okay, I know you want to, well, we close 10 out of 10. That's BS. Okay, there's going to be one. It's just law of average. There's going to be one. Okay, now you can get lucky, and there's always that one person that, hey, we close all of them, cool, but you only had 5, so big deal. What is that ratio when the trials come in? What is the ratio that you're actually closing them? And in each class, and you have to go by each class. Everyone should have some kind of measuring stick, some kind of card, some kind of number that you're using to make sure that they're closing prospects, because like I said, that's your salesman. Okay, the marketing brings people in, the advertising brings people in. Once they're in, do you have your people trained in order to sell the program? Selling the program is more than, hey, I'm awesome and I can teach gymnastics and I've had this and done that. Sometimes it's, hey, this is our program and we do really great things for kids, and this is how we do it here. And this is our process of developing these children, both their mind and their gymnastics abilities and their little bodies to do the gymnastics. This is how we do it. And this is the process of which you can get started with your child doing this too. Do you teach that? If you don't, you might want to look at it. Okay. So we're going to come back, and next will be staff. How you find staff. Finding staff is tough. I can give you some ideas. I can give you some concepts, and we'll do that in the next video. Trying to keep this under 10 minutes. I went really long in the building a plan video. So trying to keep this under 10 minutes. I'm at like 9:40 right now. It's awesome. That's the best I've done so far. But staff training. Are you creating the right processes for your staff so that they can sell your program? Okay, it's more than just can they teach a class. It's more than can they do a handstand and a cartwheel and a forward roll. It is, can they sell your program? We'll see you next time.